Hey Facebook friends, it's Leanna George here again. I am a professional organizer and owner of By George Organizing Solutions, and this is day 2 of 12 Days to Christmas Prep, a short 12-day series here on Facebook Live every day at 4:45 to give you some helpful and hopefully some applicable organizing tips to help reduce the stress that the holidays can bring. And so we are going to be talking today about planning it all out. But in case you missed yesterday's video, we are going to be, I'll review real quick. Yesterday we talked about priorities, and a lot of people may have thought, well, why would you start with priorities? But it's because of those priorities that allow us to have the holiday season we really want. Too often we allow our holiday season to get filled up with so many things, all the cards and all the invitations and all the, church activities and all the decorating and all the gift shopping and all the wrapping, and it just really becomes a heavy load and a heavy burden. It's not what we want holidays to be. Hi Jane, it's good to see you again today. But what we need to do is set priorities, and we need to use this strainer analogy as the what we do is put all of those activities that we have and strain them through our priorities that we've discovered. And yesterday I gave you a list of questions, and hopefully you find them in the comment section of day 1 video. And hopefully you're working through those. It's not something you can probably just come up with in one day. It's probably something you need to think about, involve your family as well, and talk them. What do we really want to focus on this holiday season? What do we want Christmas to be for us? And then start living those priorities out and filtering all your activities through those. So once you've got your priorities in place, now it's time for us to talk about day 2 of this Christmas prep, and that is planning. Now, I said yesterday the 4-letter dirty word of the holiday season is plan, because for some people to create a plan for the holiday season is stifling. It's it takes away all the fun, all the spontaneity of the season, and I get that. Planning is not for everybody. But I really want to encourage you to think about it just for the next 5 weeks, to start coming up with a plan to accomplish all that you need to accomplish for the holiday season. And like we talked about yesterday, it can be a lot. So I want to encourage you to consider maybe even getting a planner to help you with that. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today, how to establish a planner that you can have with you, that you can carry with you, where you can write things down. I'm going to give you some digital options as well. But I really think that if you will embrace the idea of a planner just for this next few weeks, that you really will see a difference in your stress levels and your ability to get things done, and just being able to enjoy the season even more. So when I want to first start talking about a planner, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. In fact, I would suggest just going down to the store and getting a small little planner like this, and that's got small little pages, nothing big, but that you can carry around with you. This is a great way you could do that. You could get something a little bit bigger if you wanted to, a little bit more structured from the office supply store or something like that. You could even use note cards on a ring clasp and just put cards together to help you remember things, and you can just throw it in your bag as well. Because what often happens to most people is that they use sticky notes, they use scrap pieces of paper, or they use envelopes, the backs of envelopes that they don't need, and then those get scattered all over the place. And then when they're looking for their list for the grocery store or their list of ideas for their family members, they can't find them. And so that's why I encourage you to make a planner or to get some kind of notebook so you can keep everything in one place. How did I know, Jane? Personal experience, trust me, personal experience, and working and talking to many people. So anyway, so get a notebook. What we want to do in this session is just really encourage you to have an all-in-one place for everything Christmas related. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you want to, you can. There are some great websites that are do-it-yourself Christmas planners. It's christmasplanner.com. YellowBlissRoad.com does that as well as there's some free printables and templates on lifeyourway.net. So those are just a few. I'll put those in the comment section. But you can download some of their templates, some of their pages, put it in a binder, and keep those with you. And when I'm talking about templates, I'll just give you a few examples. This is just a blank calendar for November because we're already starting. One for December as well. Just a simple spreadsheet of a holiday task list of things that you need to get done. This way you keep it all in one place. It's really, really helpful. These are some that I created. I've added them on Facebook under a photo album. You're more than welcome to copy and download. But this one's a Christmas shopping guide. It says who you're getting the gift for, what are some of the gift ideas, where are you going to find it online in a particular store, how much does it cost, does it need to be shipped, have you already wrapped it, just so you have a good idea of where you're at. A meal planning guide. What are you going to fix for Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, Christmas afternoon, just so you can have some ideas going through your head. And then making a grocery list to take with you to the store. How many do I need? Do I have a coupon for that? Which store? Because sometimes you have to go to several stores, right? So those are so many of the things that we have to plan out, and we have them on 5 or 6 different sheets of paper for pen and paper people. And so what I want to encourage you to do is try to find a way to keep it all together. So if you were to take these templates off Facebook where I have them, if you were to take them off some of the websites I recommended, or if you have some other ones of yourself that you made, then I would suggest that you get a notebook like this, and it has some pockets. And you can just leave it in your car, and then you'll have it with you. Just throw them in there, and then that way when you go to the store, because let me tell you, there have been so many times when I make a list and I leave it at home. And there is nothing more frustrating than getting to the store and getting ready to buy, and I have no clue what is on my list because my list is sitting on the counter at home. So that's why I want to tell you, do something that's portable, that's easy to either put in your car or put in your purse, because that's how it's going to stay with you. And then when you're out and you see something that, oh my goodness, little Johnny wanted that, but what size was it or what color was it? Well, you have it written down and you can remember it. So you want to have a planner. Now, if you're not a paper and pen person, totally understand that. Some people are total digital, some people are total paper, pen, and then you've got the hybrids, of which are a little bit of both. I tend to sometimes more paper and pen, but going a little bit more hybrid. But there are a few apps that you can use to help you capture all this as well. You could use Evernote or OneNote. Those are great ways to keep all of that together. And the beauty of having something digital is that if you capture on Evernote a website of a particular product, you can easily send that note to Grandma and Grandpa who want to know what's on Johnny's Christmas list. And here's that particular truck that he wants, and then they don't have to figure out which one. Scroll down to page 3 and it's the bottom row. You can just send them and clip them a picture of it, and so that's a great way to take advantage of digital technology. You could also make all your grocery lists, your meal planning lists in Evernote and OneNote. You can tag pictures. You can make charts. That's the beauty of digital. And then the beauty of that also is that you have it with you, because hardly anybody ever leaves home without their phone. And at least I know for Evernote, it works across your iPad, your iPhone, and your desktop or your laptop. So you can have it wherever you are. So say you are traveling this weekend to visit some family, and there's let's go Black Friday shopping. And you're like, I left my list at home. Well, if you're digital and you have Evernote, no worries. You've got it with you. Even if you create it on your desktop, it will show up on your phone. So you can take that with you on your Black Friday shopping. So that's the beauty of digital. So Evernote is one example, Evernote, OneNote. There is an Android digital app called Christmas Planner. So if you are an Android user, Christmas Planner has everything that I mentioned on these pieces of paper. in digital form, which is really, really nice. It allows you to capture website pages, just like I was telling you about, that you can do that with. It's got, budgeting ideas, you've got your Christmas ideas, your grocery list, all of that kind of stuff. So that's a really nice app. I have not been able to find one in iOS or at the App Store yet, so I'm still looking. If anybody knows, let me know. But Airtable is also another digital app that helps you organize anything. It's completely free. If you go to airtable.com, you can create templates and lists to organize anything. That's just a new one I found out about, and I have been exploring it, but I think that would be a great one to help you as well. Or you could just use some of the basic to-do list apps like Todoist or Wunderlist, and use those to help you keep notes. You could also just use the notes section on your phones as well. But whatever you use, whether it's paper and pen, or whether it's digital, or whether it's a hybrid of the two, the most important thing to help you get through this holiday season without surviving, but to get through with your head on, where you're remembering things, where you're getting things accomplished, where you're getting it done in a timely manner, to where you're putting everything down on a list, is really to have it all in one place in some kind of planner form. So that's my tip for you today. Please, please understand, it does not have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It can be just a simple notebook where you write down a little section of to-dos, and then a few pages later you write down Christmas gift ideas, and a few pages later you write down grocery shopping list, but that you have it there. And so I want to really encourage you to do that. I also want to encourage you to go ahead and start planning your calendar now. This is, having it all in one place, Jane, really does help, because we just are so scattered as it is, and then we're running around it. I don't know about you, but I can already tell my house is getting a little bit of disarray as I start getting ready for the holidays. And so if I'm trying to find that piece of paper I wrote down, if it's all scattered around in a house that's already starting to get a little bit cluttered, it's going to be really hard. So I really want to keep encouraging you to have it all in one place. But what I was going to tell you is to also go ahead and start filling in your calendar now. That's why I included a November and a December calendar, because one of the things we tend to do is overbook ourselves during the holiday season. If we don't have those priorities set, those boundaries in place, and we want to try to do everything, we forget that there's a church function and a school performance, or a school performance and a work party on the same nights. Or the same time, or we have to have cookies for this classroom and this party, all in the same day. It just becomes a lot if we don't have it written down. Or we don't have it scheduled. So the other thing I want to tell you about planning for your Christmas season is to go ahead and start plugging in all the dates that you know about that are coming up for the holidays. And trust me, we all know when those are. They're just around the corner. And so those have already been planned out, your work parties, the school functions, the church things. Everybody's already ahead of the ball game. They've already got those planned out. So what you need to do is you need to start looking into your calendar and going ahead and planning out those dates. One, so you remember to do them. Remember, you can go ahead and start making your list of things you need to do for them if you have anything to do. And also, you can start making sure you don't overwork yourself. And you find out when you have blank spots of time that you can start going to the shopping, you can start, putting up decorations and different things like that. So really try to go ahead and get that calendar filled out for November and December so you're not overwhelmed. All right, I know I threw a lot of stuff at you. I hope it helps, but planning is not a dirty word when it comes to having an organized Christmas. Actually, it's probably the key word after your priorities that's going to help you stay and thrive this holiday season. So just as a recap, I want to remind you, go ahead and get a planner of some kind to keep everything in one place, and make it as simple as you possibly can for yourself, or as extravagant as you can, or if you want. If you're paper and pen, there's lots of templates out there. I've put some on Facebook for you, or you can also get some from different websites. I'm happy to share if you have questions. Or go digital with Evernote, OneNote, to-do lists, or the note section of your phone. And then finally, go ahead and start filling in your calendar. Get that taken care of so you know what you've got going on and how much time you actually have available. So that's all I have for you for today. Tomorrow is going to be day 3 of our 12 days of Christmas prep, and we're going to be talking about holiday decorations because a lot of people already have some of those up and out, and so I want to help you organize those, think through them about, what are you going to keep, what are you going to let go, what are you going to put out, how can you store them best, how can you organize those so it's not so overwhelming. Of course, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear your comments. So just leave me something in the comment section below. I'm happy to respond if I have some information I can share or leave with you. But I'd love to know, what do you think about planning? How do you think it can make a difference for you? And if you need any more information or any more help, you can connect with me on my website at www.bygeorgeorganizing.com. So here's to another holiday tip, and we will see you again tomorrow around 4:45. Thanks for joining me, and have a Merry Christmas. Bye.